Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of my makeup stash, as I am calling it. So in this video, I'm going to be going over my cream shadow collection, which is here, cream and sticks, kind of the same concept. My glitters, which I only have like 5 of, so no big deal on that one. And maybe my eyeliners. I might do a separate video for that entirely since I do have quite a bit. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be doing swatches of everything, which I think is, I don't know, that's the way I like watching makeup videos. So that's why I'm kind of doing my collection in small increments so that I can talk about every single product. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I have my Maybelline Color Tattoos, which are these 6 right here. I have, I think, 3 different formulas, so let me kind of go over those individually. So first we have just the regular Maybelline Color Tattoos. This is the shade Bad to the Bronze. Try to do all these swatches on my hand. This is kind of, I feel like, a classic one. This is the most popular for sure, and it's so beautiful, so for good reason on that one. Next we have the same formula in the shade Edgy Emerald. These are probably my favorite cream eyeshadows from the drugstore, just because they're honestly they're just good quality, and I know I can kind of trust the way they work and the way they perform on the eye. We have our last original color tattoo in the shade Tough as Taupe. This one is matte, and just from experience I can tell you that matte cream shadows are very hard to get right. I haven't really come across many that I love. This one is okay. I said it's the shade Tough as Taupe. I don't remember if I told you guys or not. But yeah, so there's that one. Next, I have one of the Maybelline Color Tattoo Leather eyeshadows. This is in the shade Deep Forest. This is kind of the same story. It's a little bit creamier, but it is also kind of a matte shadow. It's kind of a, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit of a strange color. It's kind of a gross color. This one I don't love that much either, but I try to work with it just to kind of see if I can eventually get it to work. Okay, and then for the last of the color tattoos, we have the metals, which I have 2 of. I have the shade Barely Branded, which is really nice. It's just a nice kind of blonde, it's kind of like a weird way to describe it, but it is. It's kind of like a blonde sparkly cream shadow, which is up there at the top. It's a really nice shade. It's so pretty on the inner corner especially. And then I have the shade Inked in Pink, which used to be my favorite pink cream shadow, but y'all, I got a new one. And that is that right there. All right, let's take it down a little bit farther. I have my 2 Kylie Cosmetics cream shadows. One is in the shade Copper and the other is Rose Gold. I never ended up getting any more than these just because I don't remember why. I just never did. These have a beautiful, beautiful formulation and are just overall such beautiful pigmented eyeshadows. So these are so gorgeous. I love it. So that is Rose Gold. Then we have the shade Copper, which is so beautiful. It's more of a gold in my opinion, but actually no, it's more copper. I don't use these enough. They're so creamy, so smooth, and just overall so beautiful. So next I have a Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Mona Lisa. So these are also cream shadows. So if you haven't heard of Charlotte Tilbury, she is so fantastic. She's an amazing makeup artist and makes such beautiful makeup. These are so smooth, so easy to blend. This is a beautiful shade. It's just a nice dark brown. It's got a little bit of shine to it, as you can tell, but not in like an overly shiny kind of way. So if you're not really into really sparkly shadows, this is more of a satiny sort of finish, but it's so, so gorgeous. And the pot is so pretty. It's nice and frosted. I love that. All right, and then I have this Givenchy Ombre Couture 16-hour waterproof cream eyeshadow in the shade Rose Dentelle. This is what that looks like. It is so beautiful, and I think it's really, really rare to get a nice matte formula in a cream shadow. Like I said earlier, it was really, really hard. The Maybelline Color Tattoos aren't quite there, but this one I think is absolutely perfect. And this has actually recently become a really, this has become like one of my go-tos. And then lastly, I have, this is another pot. This is the e.l.f. Smudge Pot in the shade Wine Knot. This kind of has the same kind of formulation where it's kind of whipped feeling. This is also a beautiful shade, and if you haven't tried these e.l.f. smudge pots, like, look at them. This one has a little bit more sparkle to it. It is so, so gorgeous. Alright, and then lastly for this little compartment, by the way, these are Birchboxes if you were wondering. I'm not 100% happy with the setup of this, but I mean, eventually I'll fix it and change it, but that's just how it is right now. And then lastly, I have these CoverGirl Bombshell Shine Shadows. I have 3 shades. The first one is called Copper Fling. Looks like this. These are actually also pretty good cream shadows from the drugstore, so these are definitely worth a try, and the shades are really nice. This is the shade Gold Goddess. They're just like little squeezy tubes, and you just kind of rub them in with a brush or with your finger or your preferred method of application. There is Gold Goddess. And lastly, I have the shade Ooh La Lilac. Cute. I was so into purple eyeshadow maybe 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, and I loved this shade so much. It's such a unique purple in my opinion. I don't know. It's very plummy, super pretty. That first shade is absolutely so stunning. I love it. Okay, so on this side I keep all of my stick cream shadows, which basically are just cream shadows, but instead of being in a pot, they're in a stick, and they're supposed to be kind of easy. You just kind of like draw them on and blend them out. Sometimes it's as easy as that, and sometimes it's not. I'll definitely be showing you guys my favorites and then ones that I don't love quite as much. So I'll start at the top right here. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome. So it's like these, but like in a, not stick, but like in a, you know, doe foot applicator kind of a form. Okay, these, I'll swatch this for you. This is, by the way, in the shade Gilded Rose, I think. Yeah, Gilded Rose. These are not my favorites. They look stunning like this, but my opinion on these is that they're very, very sheer. So if you want like just a sheer wash of color, these are definitely good for you. But if you want something that's going to be able to be buildable, you cannot build these on themselves. They don't dry down enough. If you try to build them, it like picks up on itself and gets really patchy. If you watched my Valentine's Day makeup tutorial, the one that I did the pink eye with, I used this as a base and it just did not work for me at all. Thank God I had another shadow that I could have worked with, but this just kind of, it didn't work out as well as I wanted it to. I'm going to start with a brand that I only have like one of. So this is a tiny, tiny Wet n Wild one. This is a Idolize cream shadow pencil in the shade Pixie. This is like, I don't even know if they make this still, but I have it. Oh, sorry, my phone just went off. It's a really pretty color. I mean, honestly, it's pretty. As you can see it catching the light right there. It's not my favorite formulation of eyeshadow, but for like 99 cents or something, it'll work, you know? Next, I have one from the brand called, it's either Butte or Beauty Basics. They spell it kind of, you know, not like beauty. This is in the shade Sahara Gold. This is one of their eye crayons. I got this in a Birchbox, and it's a pretty color. It's not like quite pigmented enough for me, to be honest, for like everyday use. So I don't love this formulation either. It feels kind of waxy, but I do keep it just because I collect makeup and stuff, so yeah. Next, I have this one from Mali or Molly. They sell this at Ulta. I never really knew how to pronounce the name though. This is one of their eye amplifying shadow liners. I don't use these as an eyeliner because I have enough purple eyeliners already. So this is just a shadow stick to me. Let me see what the shade is called. It's super pigmented. It's the shade Deep Plum. So that's what it looks like, and it comes with a smudger on the other side. So if you wanted to smudge it out, you totally could, which honestly is a nice little feature. But it's a really nice purple color. It's, as you guys can see, a little bit patchy, but overall, I mean, it's a pretty color. Okay, next I have a couple Rimmel ones. I have this Rimmel Scandalize eyeshadow stick in the shade Bad Girl Bronze. This is absolutely stunning, and for like, I think this is like $3. Like, look at that. That's so pretty. It's a really nice coppery brown color. I absolutely love it. Very, very warm toned, as you can tell. And then I have one of these Magnifies Intense Stay True Color Long Lasting Wear. Oh, that's just not what it's called. Okay, it's an eyeshadow. On one side you have a dark brown, almost that looks identical to Bad Girl Bronze. It actually might be the same color. Not sure. It says it's in the color Queens of the Bronzed Age, so maybe that's what it is. And then this is like a really, really beautiful, like, I don't even know, it's kind of pointed as you guys can see, so I don't know if it's meant to be as an eyeliner or what, This is so stunning though. I like using this as an inner corner highlight or brow bone highlight, or just to pop it in the center of the eye to give it a little bit more of a dimensional look. So I love these so much. Rimmel does it right when it comes to cream shadows, so I would really, really recommend those. Next I have one from Marc Jacobs. This is their Twinkle Pop Eye Sticks. And this is in the shade called On the Verge. There we go. This is absolutely beautiful. It's kind of strange. These kind of have a weird cooling effect to them. Oh my god, it's falling apart. There we go. This is a beautiful purple. These are really, really good, I think, as far as cream shadows go that are high-end. Sometimes high-end brands aren't always the best in everything, and this is definitely one of the times where I think that Marc Jacobs does it right. A lot of the products from that brand are amazing, but these are so, so stunning, and this is a beautiful, like, just shimmery, beautiful purple. So I have two from Laura Mercier. One of them broke, and I'm so upset about it, so I kind of have to dig in it, but I keep it because it's such a beautiful color. This is the shade Moonlight. It's all worn off. I loved this shade. It kind of got broken, so that's why it's a little bit weird looking now, as you can tell. But, like, I dropped it, and I was so heartbroken. This is seriously the most beautiful, stunning, champagne-y gold color, and it's such a good formula. So Laura Mercier, good on the cream shadows. This one isn't my favorite, but I got it, and I'm glad that I have it, but it's not my favorite eyeshadow color. It's in the shade Sand Glow, and it's also from Laura Mercier. These are called their Caviar Stick Eyes, I think. That's what it's called. Not eye sticks, but it's stick eyes. This one right here, it is pretty. It's just not my favorite, color. It's not quite shimmery enough for me, and it's not quite matte enough. It's just kind of like one of those weird satiny finish ones that I'm not really a big fan of, but really great formulation on the Laura Mercier. Okay, next I have my little collection of NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils. These are also so good. So first I have the shade, I love the names of these, by the way, I just want to say that right now. First I have the shade Strawberry Milk. That is such a cute name. And it's a beautiful pink. Like, look how pretty that is. I hope you guys can tell. It is so stunning. It's like a really, I don't know, kind of a unique hot pink, but still like baby pink. I love it. Next, I have the shade Rust. Some of the names are cute. Which is beautiful as well. So pigmented. Do you guys see how pigmented that is? Ah! It's kind of like a brownie red color. I hope the red is picking up in the on the camera. It doesn't look like it is on the monitor, but maybe it is. I don't know. Next, I have the shade Rocky Mountain Green, which is not really a shade that I typically go for. I love greens, not really these kind of greens. This is kind of like baby crayon green in my opinion. But eventually I think I'll find a use for this, I hope. I don't know, it's not my favorite color, but it is a nice formula like I've said. And lastly, for that, I have the shade French Fries, which is a really, really great, just bronzy color, very similar to Bad Girl Bronze, Bad to the Bronze. A lot of shadows kind of have the same look to them, or at least I gravitate towards them a little bit more. So yeah, love those from NYX. Then lastly, for my stick shadows, I had two from Chanel, which honestly, I'm not just saying this because they're Chanel. First of all, they're beautiful, the packaging. But these are my absolute favorite cream shadow formulations of all time. And I'll show you why. First of all, these are called the Stilo eyeshadows. This is in the shade Olivine. It's just my favorite. First of all, the colors that they have are so stunning. This is the only matte formula of stick shadow that I think is just as good as a powder eyeshadow. This color is so, so beautiful. It's matte, but it has a little bit, I can't tell because I have so many swatches on my hand, a little bit of glitter running through it, and it is just the most stunning color ever. These are so long lasting, so easy to blend. However, you do have to work a little bit quickly with these because they do dry down. As you do with cream shadows, they do dry down. Most of them do, at least, if they're good. And then the last one, this is my favorite pink stick eyeshadow. Maybe my favorite pink eyeshadow of all time. And this is the same thing, the Stilo eyeshadow in the shade Laurier Rose. Oh my gosh, guys. I hope this transfers well on camera, but it is the most stunning color. It's like a salmony pink. It's so, so beautiful. And this is my favorite pink eyeshadow, I think, of all time. So yeah, I love these so much. They blend so effortlessly. They're so beautiful, and the packaging is absolutely beautiful. I like that it's all black, but you can see the colors right there. I think that's really, really nice touch. Those are all of my stick shadows. Now let me kind of reach behind here and show you guys my glitters. I'm not going to swatch my glitters. I'll swatch not the pigments, but I'll swatch the glitters just because that's messy and I don't really want to mess with it. So yeah. Okay, so the first glitter I have is the NYX glitter. This is the shade Crystal. This is a absolutely stunning like holographic glitter that is just good if you're doing any sort of dramatic look. This would be beautiful with a cut crease. Just so pretty. Next, I have a NYX pigment in the shade Vegas Baby / Viva Las Vegas. I don't know why it has two names, but this is also stunning. As you guys can see, it's like a really pretty goldy vanilla reflect. So pretty. Next, for my stick glitters, I have a NYX crystal liner, liquid crystal liner in the shade Crystal Pink. I use this in that Valentine's Day tutorial also, the pink one. These are really comparable to the Urban Decay Heavy Metal glitter liners. Look how pretty and reflective that is. It's so, so stunning. I knew that was gonna happen. Then I have one of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal liquid liners, and this is in the shade Midnight Cowboy, which is the shade that literally everyone and their mom talks about on YouTube. So, and it honestly is worth the hype. It's really, really quite pretty. That's it right there next to it. I have these two, which are cream shadows on one end and glitters on the other, which I think is a stunning idea. Like, it's so, so smart. So I have two shades. These are from Rimmel. These are the iReady iArts line. Sorry, lid, line, and lash. I don't know what the lash part of it is. So anyway, this is the shade Topaz Twinkle. So you like pull it out like that, and then it has a cream shadow, which is so good. I would recommend applying these with a brush as opposed to just like going on with the doe foot applicator. That's just my opinion though. Which if you are on like, if you want these are honestly stunning, like regardless of your budget, but if you just want a drugstore glitter that's really, really good, these are so fantastic. And plus you get a cream shadow with it, so I love this. I have the shade Desert Dazzle. This is the same formula. I need to get more of these. They're so fantastic. Or use them in a tutorial or something. So just like the other one, you have your liquid / cream shadow on one side. That green is so pretty. Do you see how pigmented these are, by the way? And then you have your really, really beautiful, this is like a greeny gold glitter on the other side. These are pretty if you want like a really statement-y look. You can line your lids with these, or line your lash line. You can put these in the middle of your eyelid. You can use them as an inner corner highlight if you're going for a more dramatic look. But overall, these are so pretty. So I would really recommend these if you haven't tried them out. They're definitely less than $10, so worth a try for sure. So I think I'm gonna save my liners for another video because I do have, this is neat, they're like, it kind of goes back pretty far. I have quite a bit of liners, some gels, some, you know, some cream liners, some liquid liners, colored, white, etc. So definitely stay tuned for that. That may or may not be my next video, not sure. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I want to say thank you so much for the amount of support and love you guys have shown on my last video. I think we're almost at 3,000 views on that video, which is so crazy. I didn't think you guys wanted to see my collection that badly, but that's awesome. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you want me to do another collection video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!